ladies and gentlemen. I did a live stream on this a little earlier, and the story is really changing, y'all. And it's at the point I'm not sure what happened. All I know is this woman got a call to show up at this man's house to pick up a package. Now they're making the claim that he got dementia. And y'all, if this man got dementia, this whole thing could be made up about the scammers. I mean, I'm saying if. I mean, they have not showed any medical proof that this man has dementia, but that is one of the claims that's out there. So, if that is in fact the case, there may not have ever been scammers at all. And my question is, if this man had dementia, what was he doing with a weapon? And was he living alone, or was somebody in that house that lived with him? I mean, who else was in that house other than him? I have a lot of questions. Now, this whole thing about scammers may not be scammers at all. Look, my mother had dementia. And so she would say random things, or she would think things that happened, and those things actually never did happen. So believe me, I know all too well about dementia because I had to deal with it when my mother was still living. So, if that is the case, then this man should still be put away somewhere. He should not be free to do this again. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what they're putting out there, you know? And sometimes they could be putting these things out there because they're trying to save him. They certainly don't care about the victim. We have seen that time and time again, especially when, the victim is black and the shooter is white. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you may get mad because I'm saying this, but it is the damn truth. So, additional charges filed against man in killing of Uber driver he mistakenly believed was a scammer. All right. So this is 81-year-old William Brock, and he's a man that lives in Ohio. He pled not guilty to multiple counts of murder and other charges Wednesday related to the shooting death of Uber driver he mistakenly believed was working with a scammer attempting to extort him. This is according to Clark County prosecutor. William Brock was previously arraigned on a murder charge for purposely causing the death of Lolitha Hall. On Monday, a grand jury indicted him on the charge, as well as two new charges of felony murder according to court records. So the two felony murder counts accuse Brock of causing Hall's death as a result of committing or trying to commit another underlying felony, felonious assault and kidnapping, respectively. Yeah, because he was preventing her from leaving and she was trying to get out of there. In addition to the three murder counts, he was also charged with kidnapping her and felonious assault. In all, he faces 5 charges. CNN reached out to Brock's defense attorney, Paul Kavanaugh, for comment. Brock's $200,000 bond continued from the one set previously in the court for the original murder charge on April 10th. Clark County prosecutor Daniel P. Driscoll, this is what he said. Brock shot Hall several times outside of his South Charleston home on March 25th. According to a criminal complaint, Hall was taken to a local hospital where she died. Brock told police that prior to the shooting, he had received threatening phone calls from a male caller who attempted to extort money from him, claiming one of Brock's relatives was being held in jail. then threatened him and his family. When the 61-year-old Hall arrived in her Uber at Brock's residence, he shot her multiple times, the release states. So Brock was arrested and charged as police saw no active threat present by Hall during the encounter. Yeah, you can clearly see on the video when they were outside, you could see him pointing the gun, and she was just trying to get away from him. And all she had in her hand was a pair of glasses and her cell phone. That's all you saw in her hand. She didn't have a knife or a gun. She had nothing. So, anyway, police released dash cam video obtained by Hall's vehicle. Thank goodness she had that dash cam there, or otherwise nothing would have been caught like it was. So, the dash cam was from her vehicle of Brock confronting her outside his home. CNN reached out to Hall's family for comment. According to the prosecutor, the judge will set Brock's next court date in the coming weeks. The Clark County Sheriff's Office previously said the original scam remains under investigation. If he has dementia, was there a scam in the first place? But see, me, I'm not buying it 100%. I want to see if there's any medical documentation that this man have dementia, or is it just cover coming from the mainstream news? So anyway, Hall received a request on the Uber app to pick up a package from Brock's residence, according to the news release. Authorities believe she was unfamiliar with the circumstances surrounding the request. Hall arrived in her Uber, and dashcam video from her car shows her getting out of the car to speak to Brock. According to the news release, she made no demands of Brock other than to ask about the package she was supposed to retrieve. Brock was arrested and charged with murder as police saw no active threat presented by Hall during the encounter. Brock failed to contact the authorities for assistance. This is according to the sheriff's office. He pled not guilty and he received a bond of $200,000 on Wednesday. Now, someone said he bonded out, but it certainly does not say that here. You know, um, Hall's family and law enforcement said that Uber was in contact with her family. This is a horrific tragedy, and our hearts continue to be with Lolitha and her loved ones as they grieve, the Uber spokesperson said in a statement to CNN. We have been in contact with law enforcement and remain committed to supporting their investigation. Uber has banned the account of the individual who ordered Hall's Uber to Brock's house, the company said. Authorities believe the individual was either the original scam caller or an accomplice, according to the release. The company says it is committed to the safety of Uber drivers and has developed safety features, including an in app emergency button, route sharing features, and the ability to connect to a live safety agent. It's unclear if authorities have identified the owner of the account or made any additional arrests. CNN has reached out to Clark County Sheriff's Office for more information. All right, so he now has 5 charges on him, and I sure hope the family get a good lawyer. You really have a hell of a case on this one. You know, this woman as I stated before, was just out doing a job. She was out doing a job. She was doing what y'all call pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Well, that's what she was out there doing. And she senselessly lost her life. And again, until there is medical proof, I'm not fully buying the dementia story. And I notice I don't see that in the articles either. So I'm not fully buying it. I think the people that are coming up with that are possibly trying to give this man some kind of cover for what he did. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.